Now at 4, a flood water rescue caught on camera. We'll show you who firefighters pulled to safety and why it's now going viral.
And the beautiful weather has arrived as the sunshine pushed our temperatures today into the 80s, and we've got plenty more sunny days on the way.
Good afternoon. It's 4 o'clock and I'm Felicia Lawrence.
And I'm Jenna Webster. Dustin has the night off. We do begin with that water rescue in Morgan County. It's the story we've been talking about really since we saw those photos last night. Firefighters going above and beyond to help an unlikely victim.
Samantha Johnson is here now with that full video. It's really incredible to see.
Yeah, the video itself is pretty wild, but the photos I'm going to show you in just a second are even better. So let me set the scene for you first, okay? Man Road in Morgan County, that's just outside of Canby. It was flooded yesterday and firefighters got called out to help 2 people. They were in their car, got stuck in those flood waters. They made it to safety, but just as crews heard screaming coming from that water that was rushing by, when they turned and looked, it was a fawn, a tiny baby deer, and crews did not think twice about what to do next.
Got a rope, Kev.
Come on, baby.
Got him?
Yep.
Come in. Hey, help me pull.
That is Madison Township Fire Captain Joe Sinclair. He just dove right in to help. His team then helped pull him back to the road with that little fawn in his hands.
So tiny.
So tiny. They then called in the help of the local animal rescue to make sure this little guy was okay. And Captain Sinclair saying the whole thing happened so quickly.
And we quickly came up with a plan. I jumped in. I was able, thank God, to line up with it because I knew if it got past me, you know, it wouldn't have turned out well. We went underwater a couple of times. I thought, uh-oh, but I tried to keep her up above my head. I mean, she didn't fight us. She was just, you know, she was calm the whole time. So.
So sweet, isn't it? We are happy to report that little baby doing just fine. We're guessing only a couple weeks old, by the way, so itty bitty, and their story is now getting national attention. Folks like the Weather Channel have reached out to hear a little bit more of how they were able to rescue that baby deer, and you will hear more from the captain who says, listen, I was just doing my job. I know it's cute. I'm just at work. You'll hear from him tonight at 6.
Okay, big and small, rescue them all.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thanks for bringing us that, Sam.
Well, you got to think that baby deer was so calm because it just wanted to get out of the water.
Yes.
But maybe the water felt kind of nice if you were sitting by a pool yesterday, not in floodwaters.
Yeah, I mean, the temperatures have certainly warmed up. All of the sunshine that we've seen today, all of that water that we saw, we need a bit of a break. It's been extremely wet this spring, and it looks like we're going to get nice conditions for at least a week or so. There's the temperatures. Take a look.
Yes.
Some of these numbers in the 80s. Yes, we get a yes from Felicia on that. 82 downtown, 81 officially at the airport. There's still some upper 70s hanging on, but most of these temperatures going to ease their way back down into the 70s as we head into the evening. There's an 85 for Bloomington right now. Just wonderful conditions. Now, notice also there's a little bit of a northeast wind here, and that's actually helped to start to lower the humidity. It has been a bit muggy earlier in the day, but that's going to improve as time goes on. This pattern that's now in place, this is going to look a lot like this for at least a week or so, with scattered showers down to the south and west. Lots of sunshine in place, just some high thin clouds coming and going, and temperatures that are pretty close to or maybe just a little bit above the average. I'll run future track here for the next 24 to 48 hours, and you're really not going to see much change. Any showers to our south and west will stay to our south and west, and this pattern stays with us, especially as we head into the weekend, which is going to be good news for any plans that you have outdoors. Next few hours, we will see those 80s ease their way back into the 70s. I do think we're going to see the temperatures drop much more quickly this evening because we do have drier air in place. In fact, I think we'll make it down into the mid-50s for tonight. So a bit of a crisp, cool start, and then warming up tomorrow, likely back to near 80 degrees or so. Lots of sunshine, some of those high thin clouds moving in. Essentially take today, and it's so nice we'll do it twice. We'll do it again for tomorrow. Temperatures staying up around 80 degrees for tomorrow. Some locations may get a little bit warmer than that. Coming up, I'm going to talk about how long this pattern looks to stick around. The weekend forecast, a lot more to cover coming up in just a few.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. An emergency medical technician is facing charges for allegedly having sex with a 14-year-old girl in the back of an ambulance. This all allegedly happened in Delaware County. The girl says during a medical transport, Ronald Elliott Jr. showed her photos and videos of his private area, including an apparent rape scene. She says he touched her private area and they had sexual intercourse. The girl also says she logged into her Instagram account on Elliott's phone but didn't log off. So investigators say he used her account to contact a 13-year-old girl and made sexual comments and conversations with her. He does deny having sex with that 14-year-old girl.
Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is joining a lawsuit challenging the federal government's move to reclassify marijuana. So the suit claims that Todd Blanche, acting U.S. Attorney General, and the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration did not follow the proper procedure with the rule change. Rokita and the Attorneys General in Nebraska and Louisiana are asking the U.S. Court of Appeals to review the reclassification. Many people were hoping that the reclassification sparked change to Indiana's law. Indiana is among 10 states that do not allow medicinal or recreational marijuana sales.
Today, Metro Police released a new PSA to help keep our kids safe during the summer months. Take a listen.
Parents and guardians, do you know where your kids are?
Do you know who they're with?
Do you know what they're doing?
If you can't answer these questions, it's a problem.
So under Indianapolis's temporary curfew law, anyone under 18 can't be in public before 5 a.m. any day of the week. Teens under 14 must be home before 9 p.m. every day.
Teens 15 to 16 must be home by 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and then by 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. And then 17-year-olds must be home by 11 each night, Sunday through Thursday, and then 1 in the morning on Fridays and Saturdays. Assistant IMPD Chief Michael Wally says this is all a collaborative effort to keep kids safe in Indy.
The curfew from our vantage point is just a reminder to keep our parents involved, keep our kids safe, keep them off the street. We are certainly not leaning on the enforcement side of trying to put them in a system. It is a status offense. That's not our goal, that's not our intent.
The department says the curfew isn't about punishment. You just heard him talking about that. It's about safety, accountability, and prevention.
Well, more changes are coming to immigration. Now, green card applicants must apply from outside the U.S. It's just one example of several changes this year.
Ella Rhodes is here with us now after speaking with a group, the Immigrant Welcome Center here in Indy. They just did a report on how these changes are impacting immigrants in central Indiana. So what did they learn from this?
Yeah, there are several key findings in this. So you can just look at the changing policies from over the last 18 months. That's what they really focused on here. And they also worked with an IU researcher on this who spoke with immigrants and service providers in the area. So first off, the climate of fear. IWC says it undermines the well-being of communities overall. They found service providers saw an increase in anxiety about safety. They also found a rise in barriers for immigrants to access healthcare, employment, and legal assistance because they were so scared to leave their homes. Now, IWC found the policies disrupt daily life and family stability as well. Garg Corinder with IWC says a lot of their clients have questions that they don't know how to answer because policies keep changing.
Our immigrant communities are hurting. The infrastructure of our community partners is trying to remain resilient, but it's difficult because we are constantly changing the ways that they can walk alongside our immigrant neighbors.
Carr explained it's too hard to give an exact number on how many times there has been a change to immigration policy in 2026 alone. Now, she also told me that the report kind of proved what they were expecting to find.
Well, that's really interesting. I mean, when they're talking about all these impacts that they found, were there any solutions that they found to kind of help improve the well-being of these people?
They mentioned a few different kind of solutions. So first, they suggest, read up on fact-based evidence. Also, reach out to local lawmakers if, you feel resonating with some of these concerns. And they also said to, find ways to support your immigrant neighbors. Now, ahead at 5:30, you'll also hear from an immigration attorney on how these policy changes also contribute to the backlog with visa applications, another thing affecting the immigrant community.
Okay, lots of changes so you can understand why that could be unsettling.
Yeah, a lot to keep track of.
Well, our news continues this afternoon. It is 2026, and we are still discussing the disparity between men and women's health. A local doctor joins us in studio to break down the longstanding gap and what women can do to protect themselves from it.
Plus 5 people found and 2 are still missing in a flooded cave. We've got an update on the frantic search in Laos that has now gone on for more than a week. Coming up, Rob.
And we are looking at the humidity dropping just a bit over the next couple of days or so. We've pushed all the humidity down to the south. We'll talk about what that means for your forecast ahead.